Fans, welcome to a very special edition of Impact Television. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thank you for sitting at home right now with your families and watching us here on KSWO Channel 7. And, you know, so many things happened here just 6 days ago. Chaotic Christmas. It truly was chaotic. And so tonight we're going to try to get all you fans that missed it up to speed. And we're going to start that with a segment of 3 big questions with me, Big DA. And, you know, as I said, a lot of changes here 6 days ago. Neal, 5-time heavyweight champion. Finally putting an end to the so-called me era after 14 months. It was a great moment. But not to be outdone by that. My guest tonight had a moment of his own, almost a life-changing experience, you could say. And my guest at this time is a man who, you know, a lot of longtime fans know, but fans around the world, because we're global now, fans around the world might not know exactly what this man has accomplished. He's a former Impact Division champion. He's a former tag team champion. And he's the only man to hold both those belts at the exact same time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Randy Price. Randy, a pleasure to have you here tonight. You know, we've seen you on Impact Television before, you know, doing the sunglasses and the thing. You know, all about music, man. Former champ, you know, anyways. But what I want to talk to you about tonight, as I said, 6 days ago, chaotic Christmas. You stood in the middle of that ring. You told Double D it was going to be a one-on-one matchup. And you held your end of the bargain. You told Jeff Wolfenbarger, hit the brakes. You didn't want him here. You had the referee escort him away from ringside. And on top of that, Michael Berry comes down, gets involved in your matchup, unbeknownst to you. Once again, sticking his nose in your business. And we saw you stand in that ring and kind of have a moment where I guess you'd had enough. And you took Michael Berry and gave him not 1, but 2 pile driver 1, 2, 3s on a steel chair. And if that wasn't enough, you took that steel chair, you picked it up, and you wrapped it around the giant skull of Jeff Wolfenbarger. So, man, I just got to ask you, you're standing on your own 2 feet right now, how does that feel?
Great. I mean, there's no better word to describe it, DA. It feels great. I mean, how many people in our locker room, how many people, period, as a matter of fact, can say that they've taken Michael Berry, former IZW heavyweight champion of the world, current Impact Division champion. How many people can say that they laid him out in the middle of the ring?
Not very many.
I mean, you've seen the pile driver 1, 2, 3,
right?
It's
devastating.
Devastating. And he got 2 of them. And not to mention bobblehead Jeff Wolfenbarger. How many people can say that they took their boss, 1/2 owner of IZW, take a steel chair, and just like you said, wrap it around his head? I mean, how many people can say that they've done that? DA, it feels absolutely great.
Well, I'm sure a lot of the locker room envious that you got to do that. And, you know, my next question, we talk about what happened in the ring. We talk about that night and that moment. But for months now, fans around the world watching live on GFL.TV every Saturday night, fans here live in the Impact Arena with the live IZW experience, because there's really nothing like it. You should be here live.
Definitely.
Fans saw the build-up for this almost. You know, Michael Berry getting involved in your matchup so many times, costing you matches. Jeff Wolfenbarger, Jermaine Johnson, former champ, doing the exact same thing. And, you know, if it wasn't for Michael Berry, you could be holding tag team gold right now.
Very true.
So I just kind of want you to walk us through these past couple months and leading up to that moment in the ring where it all just clicked and you just finally decided, hey, I've had enough. I got to do something.
Well, you know, DA, and I guess when you think about it, there's only so far a man can be pushed. There's only so many times a man can be bullied, because let's be honest, that's what it was. I've been being bullied. There's only so far you can be backed into a corner, and, you know, that corner just so happened to be Chaotic Christmas.
And you know what, you can definitely say that 6 days ago, Chaotic Christmas, you came out swinging from that corner. And my last question, I hate to ask, but, you know, we got to know. We ask the tough questions here. You know, Jeff Wolfenbarger, he is the co-owner. He is the commissioner. He wields a lot of power around here. And you laid him out in the middle of it. So,
sorry, I get so happy about
well, hey, it's no problem. But I guess what I want to know is, you know, have you heard from you're still your boss, you could say, and Jermaine Johnson or Michael Berry. Have you heard from anyone in Impact Inc. and exactly what is your status now here at IZW?
You know what? It's crazy that you mentioned it. I haven't heard from anyone in Impact Inc. You think that I would, but I mean, if we think about it, let's see, Jermaine Johnson. I'm sure we can both agree he's probably in some shell right now, hiding from the rest of the world.
That's true.
But aside from that, Michael Berry, I'm sure right now doesn't even remember his name. And as far as the boss goes, Jeff, as far as I'm concerned, he's still sleeping. And as far as I am concerned with IZW, as far as I know, I'm still an active member of the roster. I mean, I've never been told otherwise, but I do know January 7th, the New Year award party, Randy Price is going to be here at the Impact Arena.
Well, fans, that's been Randy Price. Thank you for joining me here on 3 Big Questions.
Great.
Right now, fans, we're going to take you to a never-before-seen matchup after this break. Stay tuned because I have a special guest commentator. Stick around.
Double D is your 2010 Superstar of the Year. Will he be 2011's or will Aaron Neal? Is Jermaine Johnson or Michael Berry the most hated Superstar of the Year? Well, that's up to you. Be at the Impact Arena for the final show of 2011 to count your vote for the year-end awards. Then IZW returns Saturday, January 7th for the New Year's award party. Don't miss your opportunity to write history. Vote at Chaotic Christmas, Saturday, December 17th. It's all up to you. Are you a loyal IZW fan? Should you be treated with royalty? Starting January 7th, at the end of every month, there will be a drawing for the IZW Fan of the Month, where you'll be treated to the VIP experience, which includes 2 tickets to the next IZW event, free food and merchandise, and your own private meet and greet with your favorite superstar. The more you experience IZW Live, the more chances you have to become the IZW Fan of the Month.
From Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio, it's Impact Inc.'s 25 Days of Christmas. Check this out. Starting December 1st and all the way up to Christmas Day, all tattoos will be 25% off. That's awesome enough, right? But every tattoo you get enters you into a Christmas Day drawing for $1,000 of free custom tattoo artistry. The more tattoos you get during Impact Inc.'s 25 Days of Christmas, the more chances you have to win. Only at Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio. Open from 11 to 11, closed Wednesdays. Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio, 1008 South 11th in Lawton.
You want to go? We can go. 2 on 3.
Fans, welcome into a special Christmas edition of Impact Television. I'm Big DA, and you know the deal. We're not going to show you what happened at Chaotic Christmas 6 days ago. You should have been one of the hundreds of fans that were here live, the thousands that watch at home. And if you weren't, you still have an opportunity to check out the on-demand replay on GFL.tv because a lot of changes took place at that show, and one of those leads me to my co-host here tonight. We saw him earlier in 3 Big Questions with me. Now sitting here next to me, making his Impact Television debut, Randy Price. Welcome to Impact Television.
Thank you, DA. It is great to be here. And what did they say when I came in? 62?
Wesley Bradfield let me know, 62 episodes.
This is the 62nd episode of Impact Television, running weekly on KSWO Channel 7. And this is the very first time Randy Price has been on. That's amazing to me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. We talk a lot about in 3 Big Questions about what's been going on. We're going to get to a little bit more of that. But right now, fans, we're showing you a never-before-seen matchup. It was a special attraction match here at the Impact Arena several weeks ago, pitting 6 absolute great superstars against each other. And one of those superstars, the man making his entrance right here, Johnny Z. This was his last official matchup at IZW before Brent Albright gave him that devastating attack, injuring the knee. And, you know, that brings me back to Chaotic Christmas. We saw the no-holds-barred matchup. It couldn't even take effect. Johnny Z attacked in the back by Brent Albright. Brent Albright just trying to take care of business, not wanting to step in the ring with the natural-born leader. But Double D, you see him in the ring right there, stepped up, came out here, gave the fans what they paid to see, and gave Brent Albright a hell of a matchup.
He did. You know, Brent Albright is just another example of a member of Impact Inc. imploding from the inside out. I mean, he thought he was on top of the world, I bet, whenever he took Johnny Z out last week at Chaotic Christmas, live on pay-per-view. He thought he had it all. But what happened? Double D came out, and he showed him who he was.
Double D absolutely stepped up to the plate, took Johnny Z's place in that matchup, and that matchup, not just in the ring, on the floor, in the commentary position, down amongst the fans, and into walls, trash cans, the men's bathroom, absolutely, fans scattered across the arena trying to get out of the way from all the action. You know, security did their best to keep everybody out of harm's way, but wow, what a crazy matchup that was. But in the end, Double D, toe-to-toe with Brent Albright, gets the big victory, and then Brent Albright, I guess, you know him very well as a former member of Impact Inc., we can say now. Brent Albright took his ball, and they basically went home. He quit IZW. Well, I mean, what's that all about?
That's all about Brent Albright showing exactly who he is. You know, DA, Johnny Z said it a few weeks ago, the color of that man's back is yellow.
Well, it seems like there's just an absolute lot of chaos in Impact Inc. What a great name for a show we had, Chaotic Christmas, because just up and down the card, all kinds of chaos. Bernie D is attacked in the back, Johnny Z is attacked in the back, and you, my friend, let's talk a little bit more about this. We see right here, you know, happier times from Impact Inc. Everybody on the same page, but wow, you know, we just got done talking about 3 big questions the fans all saw, but let's dig into it a little more. You know, the shot heard around the world, let's say. You know, you and Michael Berry, you took his head off basically with that steel chair, and then, you know, pile driver 1, 2, 3, not once but twice, and then not to be outdone by that, the co-owner, the commissioner, Jeff Wolfenbarger, seeing stars after what you did to him with that steel chair. You know, it was a big night for you. Almost Randy Price's coming out party, you could say, and I'd just like to say on behalf of myself and Wesley Bradfield, everybody here at IZW, and all the fans, you know, I'm proud of you. Absolutely proud of you.
Well, thank you. You know, I've been getting Facebooks all week, everyone congratulating me for finally sticking to my guts and standing up for myself. And, you know, I've just got to say, it wasn't as hard as it looked. I mean, to hit Jeff Wolfenbarger bobblehead in the head, I mean, it's a big target, you know?
Well, that's true, and, you know, it seemed like a long time coming from all the things we've seen, you know, these past few months here. Michael Berry costing you all these matchups and tried to do it once again. 6 days ago, you asked everyone, hey, don't get involved. I want to do this by myself. And still, you know, Jeff Wolfenbarger, he was kicked out of ringside at your request because he tried to get involved in that matchup, and you told Double D it was going to be one-on-one, you and him, and it was a great contest like we've seen you two have so many times here in the Impact Arena.
Yeah, it's a shame that I wasn't able to show Double D and to show the fans here at the Impact Arena that I can beat Double D one-on-one. And it's because of Michael Berry, but you know, the end result, I do have to say, it was probably a little more satisfying.
Well, absolutely. The fans here were on their feet, and you can say the best thing that happened to Impact Inc. last Saturday night was the bright moment. Michael Berry able to get back his Impact Division title from Cody Jones in that matchup. And, you know, fans, we were here last Saturday night. We won't be here tomorrow night. Make sure you know we are taking a break for the holidays. You know, it's Christmas time. Be with your families. All our superstars are going to be with their families. So tomorrow night, we won't have a show. Next Saturday night, we won't be here at the Impact Arena for New Year's, but we will be here with you next Friday for another episode of Impact Television.
Speaking of DA, January 7th, when we come back, the New Year's Award Party. I, yours truly, Mr. Successful Randy Price, I have a big announcement to make.
Really?
I do.
Well, I don't know if you know here on Impact Television, I'm kind of the guy that gets scoops and everything here on Impact Television. You want to, give me a little hint on what's going to go on or anything? Or?
I'm sorry, dude. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, fair enough.
I'm not that easy. I'm not Jermaine Johnson.
Well,
but
that
hey,
is
January
pretty easy.
7th, you and everybody else will hear exactly what it is that I have to say.
Well, fans, January 7th, our next live show here at the Impact Arena, the year-end awards. We counted the votes. We know who the winners are. You be here live. You're going to find out exactly who won Superstar of the Year. You know, the moment of the year. It's too bad your moment happened 6 days ago. It's got to be a front runner now on the ballot for next year's moment of the year.
Yes, sir. It should be. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't.
Well, it absolutely definitely could have won moment of the year because what a shocking moment it was. You know, something not shocking to me and all the fans at home and the fans here at the arena, that man Aaron Neal is our new heavyweight champion. And I've heard in my ear from Wesley Bradfield tonight on Impact Television a brand new segment, The Real Deal with Aaron Neal. He's got a special guest, playing it close to the chest, not really telling us who's it going to be. So stick around here. That's coming up tonight. Brand new. Got to hear from the heavyweight champion.
Ah, man, who do you think it is? I'm excited about that.
It's
a new world. It's a new IZW.
I can tell you one person I know it's probably not going to be. It's probably going to be Jermaine Johnson.
that would have to be my guess, but honestly, I don't know if he'd show his face.
Well, nobody has seen him these past 6 days. No idea exactly what's going through the mind of Jermaine Johnson. And you know, I spoke to him after the Impact. You can check that out on YouTube right now. And we had a great bash for Aaron Neal, this big victory party. You know, there was all kinds of, cake and balloons, and even though there was a pinata looked like Jermaine Johnson. It was great. I don't know if you got a chance to stick your head in that, but boy, what a night that was just all around here in IZW.
Yes, Saturday Out of Christmas was a huge event just 1 week ago. And DA, like you said earlier, if you didn't see it, you can go on GFL.TV right now, search Impact Zone Wrestling. I believe Chaotic Christmas is still on the very front page. And purchase it. And you yourself can hear the shotgun sound of Jeff Wolfenbarger's head hitting the steel chair.
Absolutely. The fans, as I said earlier, showing you a matchup from a few weeks ago here at the Impact Arena. And look at the involvement here of the crowd and everyone in this matchup getting involved. This was another great moment to see. You know, taking a little page out of Impact Inc.'s playbook. You know, the playbook that right now probably a little bit shorter because it's missing quite a few members, I guess.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if there is an Impact Inc. right now. I mean, it's either damaged, they're gone, quit, left.
Well, that's, I mean, the one member that still has a title, that man Michael Berry, and Michael Berry might still be skiing stars after that shot you gave him from that chair and all those pile drivers on top of that chair. Boy, I just can't stress enough what a great moment that was for you and for all the fans here. So many big moments, but everyone here on their feet cheering your name. What did that feel like to experience that?
It was life-changing, DA. I mean, it's a completely different route. I see the world in a whole new light from Chaotic Christmas on. It's a whole new world. Impact Inc. is almost deplenished, and I'm doing nothing but thinking of myself, worrying about myself, and heading forward.
Well, that's a great thing for you. Because, we've talked about, and I've said the last few weeks, to all the fans watching us on GFL.TV, a lot of people forget you're a former Impact Division champion. You're a former tag team champion. All those things came before Impact Inc. So the fans here, the longtime IZW fans, they know you can get it done. And I really look forward to you showing all our new fans around the world because, let's face it, we're worldwide now. People in China, they know about IZW. Hong Kong, Russia, everybody's watching this show. They know what's going on. And now they're going to be able to finally find out exactly what Randy Price can do.
That's right. I finally got to the point where I realized that Mr. Successful didn't become Mr. Successful in Impact Inc. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, since I've been in Impact Inc., other than Austin Crapflap or whatever his name was, I never did hold another title.
That's true. You never did.
I finally came to that realization when everybody around me had gold except for me. And if you remember, DA, you put it over many a times, I'm the first man in IZW to hold two belts simultaneously.
Absolutely, Impact Division title and the tag team title.
And I did that by myself. I did that for me. And that's what my future is looking like.
Well, that's the future is bright for Randy Price. There's nothing else you can say about it. No, there's you're seeing the lights now. Things are changing. Things are turned around for you. There's nothing but great things to come now. I really feel that.
As we slowly watch Impact unfold one of the many times. Look at
this is kind of a metaphor for what Impact Inc. has gone through these past 6 days. We watch it right here. The Impact Inc. just completely destroyed, demolished, tossed out of the ring. Our brand new World Heavyweight Champion doing exactly what he did 6 days ago to our then World Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Z. This right here, this was the last time that we saw this big boot. I'm so looking forward to seeing this happen 6 days ago across the face of Brent Albright. But, he managed to weasel his way out of that matchup, attack Johnny Z in the back. And have you heard anything about Johnny Z and how he is? Because I know I haven't heard a word. You know anything?
As a matter of fact, I was going to ask you the same question. I was just thinking the same thing. I haven't heard anything. Honestly, I hope he's all right. And it's a shame that Brent Albright isn't here anymore for Johnny Z to have any bit of payback.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the things you got to think about now. Johnny Z, will he ever be able to get his hands on Brent Albright? Thankfully, Double D took care of that 6 days ago, showed the world he can stand toe-to-toe with the former WWE and Ring of Honor superstar. Double D, a force to be reckoned with. Aaron Neal, new heavyweight champion, definitely a force to be reckoned with. Randy Price, another force to be reckoned with here in IZW. Fans, come back after this break. The newest edition of IZW, The Real Deal with Aaron Neal, and we're going to continue with Impact Television.
From Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio, it's Impact Inc.'s 25 Days of Christmas. Check this out. Starting December 1st and all the way up to Christmas Day, all tattoos will be 25% off. That's awesome enough, right? But every tattoo you get enters you into a Christmas Day drawing for $1,000 of free custom tattoo artistry. The more tattoos you get during Impact Inc.'s 25 Days of Christmas, the more chances you have to win. Only at Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio. Open from 11 to 11, closed Wednesdays. Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio, 1008 South 11.
Are you a loyal IZW fan? Should you be treated with royalty? Starting January 7th, at the end of every month, there will be a drawing for the IZW Fan of the Month, where you'll be treated to the VIP experience, which includes 2 tickets to the next IZW event, free food and merchandise, and your own private meet and greet with your favorite superstar. The more you experience IZW Live, the more chances you have to become the IZW Fan of the Month. Double D is your 2010 Superstar of the Year. Will he be 2011's or will Aaron Neal? Is Jermaine Johnson or Michael Berry the most hated Superstar of the Year? Well, that's up to you. Be at the Impact Arena for the final show of 2011 to count your vote for the year-end awards. Then IZW returns Saturday, January 7th for the New Year's Award Party. Don't miss your opportunity to write history. Vote at Chaotic Christmas, Saturday, December 17th. It's all up to you.
Hello everyone, it's the new IZW World Heavyweight Champion, The Real Deal, Aaron Neal here. And I'd like to do something a little bit different tonight. You see, tonight we're going to introduce a new segment to Impact Television. We like to call it The Real Deal with Aaron Neal. Now, I have to admit, I've borrowed a little bit from some of the other segments you've seen here in Impact Television. One of them being 3 Big Questions with Big DA. Now, with all apologies to Big DA, I, too, will be asking 3 questions to my guest. Now, pains me to admit this, but I've also borrowed from someone else. That's right, the guy who used to have this belt. I borrowed from former heavyweight champion of the world, Jermaine Johnson. Now, I don't want to give away exactly what I borrowed from him, but I think you're going to get the drift of it when you realize who the first guest on The Real Deal with Aaron Neal is. Now, before I bring this guy on, I just got to say he's got a lot of names, almost too many to list. But here we go. See if I can do this introduction properly for the first edition of The Real Deal with Aaron Neal. He is known as Mr. Impact himself, the Bronze Bull. He is the new IZW World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, The Real Deal, Aaron Neal. How you doing, champ? Pretty good, man. Looking good. Thank you, real good. I like the new belt. Yeah. Well, champ, I got to tell you, let's get right to it here. I'm going to cut to the chase, all right? Please do. No softball questions, hard nose, the real good stuff, okay? Okay. First question. Boxers or briefs? Man, that's a tough one. It really is. I can't really do the boxers now with these thighs, so really, I'm a briefs guy all the way. I did not know that. Yeah? You know what? I lean that way myself as well. On to question number 2. You answered that very well, by the way. Thank you. You asked it very well. Thank you. You flatter me. Anyway, question number 2. What is your favorite sandwich? Oh, man, I have to say the Reuben. I mean, I like the meatball. Don't get me wrong. Definitely the Reuben. All the way. Maybe you and I should get together and have one of those one day. I think we should. Yeah. Okay. Now, question number 3. Now, this is the one everyone wants to know. Hey! Hey, man! Keep it down! Yeah! I'm trying to do an interview over here! What's wrong with you? Sorry, man. Don't worry about it, man. It's embarrassing, champ. Really, it is. I'm sorry. Anyway, where was I? 3 questions. Oh, yeah. Okay, last question. January 7th, where are you going to be? Oh, you know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be at the Impact Arena for the end of the year awards show. Are you going to be there? You know I'm going to be there. That's right. Everyone, January 7th, come to the end of the year awards party. Now remember, tomorrow night and on New Year's Eve, we're not going to be having a live show at the Impact Arena. But make sure you are here January 7th, live for the end of the year awards. How about it, champ? You. Anyway, thank you for the first edition of The Real Deal with Aaron Neal. And everyone, remember to come into the Year End of the Awards show, January 7th. We'll see you there. And remember, IZW, make an impact or go home.